Welcome back for a new game from yours truly. It is called 10-Second Take. So basically, I came up with this after working in entertainment news for so long, and you see some of the craziest headlines, some that kind of bait you on, and you're like, well, what is this? I've got to click. So basically, we've had producer Jake find some headlines that we are not privy to. We may or may not know the full story of this headline, so we have 10 seconds to explain it and see what we come up with, and then we'll reveal what the story is actually about.
What? We won't know what, Jake?
We won't know them.
No.
So yes, okay, so we're going into this completely.
So can I read one to you first, since this is your game, and then you can go on your 10-second take?
Let's do it.
I'm just going to do it to you first, because we don't know what these headlines are. But I love that we get to just make up our own. Okay.
Do we have a timer? I don't have my watch, but I guess we can just.
We'll cut you off.
Okay, cut me off.
We'll cut you off. Okay, here's your headline. A chimpanzee gets the last laugh after visitors to the zoo threw a water.
Chimpanzee at a zoo gets the laugh. Okay, so there was a chimpanzee at the St. Louis Zoo. You guys, this is crazy. And people were throwing water bottles at him, and he got the last laugh because when he turned away, he grabbed the water and whoo, all over them. Ta-da!
I love it. Okay, here's my hot take. The chimpanzee used that water to baptize the entire congregation.
Oh, beautiful. The zoo congregation.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Okay, here's the actual. Are you ready for the actual headline?
Ready.
So the real story is a tourist threw a plastic bottle of water to the chimpanzee's enclosure at a zoo in China. Oh. Once the chimpanzee, known as, okay, I can't say the name, noticed it in his habitat, he grabbed the bottle and started banging on the ground, threw it back at the crowd of tourists. The bottle actually hit the camera of the person who was recording the event.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off.
Very close.
I was pretty close, just not the St. Louis Zoo and the camera part.
Yes.
But okay, cool. So which one was yours?
That's mine. Okay,
I'm going to read this one.
Okay.
Man breaks fist bump world record. Sorry, man breaks fist bump world record. What is this story?
Okay, so this story is he was actually at the AFC Championship game at Arrowhead at Kansas City, and he decided he was going to fist bump every single person at that game because the Chiefs won with that kick. So he went around the entire stadium and didn't let anybody leave until he could fist bump every single person and made the Guinness Book of World Records.
I like that. I'm going to kind of go off of that as well. I'm not going to say the AFC Championship game, but I'm going to say over the years, this person with the fist bumps has just been like, hey, what's up? You know how like, hey, free hugs, hey, free fist bumps, kept track of them, and that's the story.
Okay, let's see what the real story is.
Mine was not exciting. Okay. Serial Guinness World Record breaker David Rush added to his impressive tally after shattering the world record for, wait for it, most alternating fist bumps in a half minute. At the end of the knuckle mulching exercise, Rush and his assistant had reportedly pounded fists 273 times in 30 seconds, obliterating the previous record of 174, which had just been set in April. And to that, bump me.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
I think we could beat that one, though. I'm just saying.
All right. So you're just like going like this?
You just had the people lined up here. Bump, 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 fist bump, fist bump.
Alternating.
Yeah, alternating.
Okay.
I think we could do it.
Taibo.
Taibo. Ooh.
Kickboxing.
Okay. You ready for your next headline?
Okay, yes.
Tell me your 10-second take on this, Madison. A man sues a woman for a lot of money after she won't date him.
Okay. Man sues woman. They met on a dating app, and they had been talking for weeks and weeks, and things were looking really promising for this guy. And when he showed up to their date, she ghosted him. And he said, hey, my time, my emotional stability, my mental health, ruined because of you, lady, so I'm suing you.
Okay, here's my hot take. He sues her after they date online for a while, and they never share pictures and never meet up, and it turns out he was on an episode of Catfish.
Oh! That's how that show keeps going. Okay, what's the real story?
The real story is a Singapore man sues a woman for $2.2 million because she won't date him. He filed 2 separate suits against her for allegedly causing damage to his stellar reputation and trauma, depression, and impacts to his life. The suit was later dismissed. But I will tell you, there are certain countries where your reputation, your, what do they call it, your... what is that word? Honor.
Honor.
Yeah, you do not respect the honor of the person.
Okay.
So.
You know, dating these days is wild. I haven't been in the dating pool for 3 years, but even then I was like,
yeah, but
2.2 million.
How do you put it? But how do you put a dollar amount on your honor? I would have done like 100 million.
Does that mean he's kind of like arrogant into himself?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
He's a little bit. Okay, do you want to take that one?
Final one,
Okay,
final one.
Final one,
Okay,
here we go.
10-second take. Jeremy, you are
Yes.
up. Food blogger gets a hefty fine for an ill-advised meal.
Wait, say that one more time.
Food blogger gets a hefty fine for an ill-advised meal.
Okay, so actually he was going out to eat and he was advised to go to this restaurant. Turns out it was not Michelin star rated. It was not even 1-star rated. It turns out it was a taco stand. And he was like, you have wasted my time and my money. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna do the celebrity take on this one. Brooklyn Beckham did a food blog with another Michelin star chef, and people didn't think the roast beef was cooked well enough. And so now everyone is upheaval on the internet, because that actually did happen.
Up in arms.
Okay. A Chinese food blogger has been fined nearly $19,000 after filming herself cooking hold on, and devouring a great white shark for social media clout.
No,
I remember this story.
No, ma'am.
The fine for illegally purchasing and eating a wild animal. Poo-poo to you, lady.
No, that is, who would do that?
Yeah, I don't know. A great white shark, too?
That's
like
terrible.
that, it's horrible. So don't do that.
Don't, no.
Animal cruelty.
I'm glad you thought of that too, because on the internet, there is what they call that clickbait. Because they write that headline that's so like,
yeah, and you're like, well, I gotta click now.
I gotta click that now. And by the way, most of the time you have to scroll through
all the ads. All the ads, yeah.
just to get to the part where they teased you.
It's very unnerving, I will say that.
It's a little bad. Hey, but coming up, guess what? Madison has found a TikTok trend that we've kind of put together.
Yeah.
And I had noticed it, but she sent it to me. She goes, look at this. I'm like, we've got to do it.
We got to remake this.
So for yesterday we were recording some things. It's really, really fun. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok. And we're going to come up with names for our new album covers. And it's not the Shenandoah Shimmy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. The Shenandoah Shimmy.
Shenandoah Shimmy.
Shimmy.